Most people don't know I'm separated. I'm not a Christian because my parents are pastors. When you compare us to other pastors' children, the reason why I believe we are still in the faith is because we're not forced to serve God. But you know, sometimes when you get into a marriage, you do not get into a marriage to leave a marriage. So I'll say in the last 10 years, I've experienced a couple of deaths. The death of my marriage, the death of my stepmom, the death of my dad's twin sister, and the death of my father. I love the institution of marriage. Am I going to marry again? I do not know. I don't know. I might not. I don't know.
For those of us that grew up in the late 90s to early 2000s, we all know who Pastor Tolu Odukoya's mom was. We millennials, we know Pastor Bimbo Odukoya. She's a tele-evangelist in the Fountain of Life Church. She spoke about relationships. She spoke about marriage. And, you know, she was someone I watched back then, even though I was young. I didn't know, I wasn't in any age. I think I was in secondary school. But I enjoyed listening to her back then because I felt all those nuggets she shared while she was preaching on TV was something I could apply. Maybe when I later got into relationship and married and all of that. So for her daughter now that came out now, I like the fact that she came out in her own time to tell the world that she's been separated from her husband since 2021. That's like since 2021. And because, you know, there's been a lot of speculations, a lot of people have been talking, you know, because due to her recent installation as the associate pastor of Fountain of Life, you know, a lot of people have been saying different things that her husband is not present, this and that. And now, and she's, you know, she said it's not that she wanted to leave the marriage, but circumstances. First and foremost, I really want to applaud her courage because according to what she heard her say, she has experienced deaths. Her father's twin sister, her stepmom, and her mom. And she also experienced the death of her marriage. Reason being that, you know, she's a pastor's daughter who would also think that, okay, your mom used to be a tele-evangelist, she spoke about marriage. Unfortunately, her marriage crashed. Which I feel, well, as a pastor's daughter, if marriage is not working well for you, regardless of what people would say, I like the fact that she owned up and said, well, her ex-husband was good. He was a great guy. She also was good. But unfortunately, the marriage couldn't work. Whatever it is, whatever marriage you go into that is taken away from you, there's no reason for you to stay. Like, I believe that marriage should add to you. I believe that marriage should, you know, elevate you to make you, you know, live up to your full potential. But if it is taken away from you, there is no reason why you should stay. I don't know what led to her marriage. She only touched it briefly. She only mentioned, you know, the surface. She didn't really go deeply. But for her to have left her marriage, because from what I understand, her ex-husband was her childhood, like her secondary school sweetheart. Like, they've been dating since secondary school. So you can imagine. You know, you would have thought that, okay, they've been dating since secondary school. They know each other well. But marriage. Anyway, that's the topic for another day. But well, I'm glad that she owned up. Like, you know, we should not live in a society that castigates divorces. Even as in the church of God. If a woman divorces her husband today, the church shouldn't reject her. They shouldn't. Because a lot of reasons, a lot of things could make someone leave their marriage. Nobody goes into marriage thinking they're going to get divorced. But if it gets to it, if it's giving them restlessness, if it's giving them sleepless nights, like I said, marriage shouldn't be something that should be taking things away from you. It should give you peace. I wish her well. I wish her the very best.